Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hi, everybody. I'm Cheryl Talley Moss, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how I am continuing to work on my coronavirus-inspired emergency garden. And what I'm actually doing is transplanting some of the seedlings that I started a few weeks ago. And also, I'm going to give you an update on some of the food that I'm growing in my greenhouse. Some of it will be donated, as well as canned and preserved for myself. And I'm going to share a couple of pearls from Cheryl, some gardening tips. Okay, let's get started. Here are my tiny Tims. Let's go in closer so you can see them. They are covered with blooms. The marigolds are doing good. And my tomatoes, this one is about 4 feet high, maybe a little taller, and there are tomatoes on these tomatoes. These first three are early girls. 1, 2, 3. And this big one right here is the green giant. It'll stay green when ripe. Back there are the pepper plants that I've been procrastinating. I am definitely going to can them or freeze them in the next couple of days. I've just been very busy. And this is a celebrity. And you can see the tomatoes right there. All of them have 1 or 2 tomatoes on them. Some of them have more. And this is a celebrity here. Okay, now I still have, aren't those beautiful, those peppers? Grew those all winter long from seed. It was an experiment. And the heirloom zinnias are coming in, getting bigger and bigger. I ran out of potting soil and compost, so I still need to get these marigolds in the center of these blocks. But they're doing really well. Let me stand back so you can see those tomatoes again. I'm excited. Now, let me move over so I can show you my California bush type black eyed peas. And remember, I just put them in these coolers, put holes in the bottom of them because I just ran out of space. I may prick a few of them out and put them in another container. Let's go over in the corner and let you look at the tender mustard greens. Wow. This is what I'm going to be working on tomorrow. Pricking out some of these and making 3 containers out of 1. And last, I'll do the giant Japanese mustard because they're not as tall as the other mustard greens, so I'll give them another day or so to mature. And again, it'll be 3 pots out of this one. Now over here, I have drilled the holes in the bottom of this and put a few little wood chips in here and a little perlite. And I'm mixing it up with the potting mix that I had delivered the other day. And I am going to water this in after I get it all mixed up. And this is my project for today, for this morning. I'm going to be pricking out some of this butter crunch lettuce. I'll use a little knife and scoop some of it out, separate the roots as carefully as I can, because lettuce can be a little finicky if you've ever transplanted seedlings before. You know what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to make 3 trays out of this one. So I have another one on my patio. It's very windy out, so I'm going to work in the greenhouse this morning, and I'll come back and show you how I'm going to do this. And I also will go get the other container. Thanks again to Lad Farmer 73 who had this idea of using these cement mixing containers for planters, and I'm telling you, it's really worked out fine for me. So I'm gonna put another one right here. Now, let's see, what else I want to show you. What started out to be an experiment, Pepper Place, is now survival food. That's diatomaceous earth you see on the ground, because I do believe those little bugs I got came in probably with the plants or the soil, because I hadn't had anything planted here. Here are some more black-eyed peas, California black-eyed peas, and these are all sweet peppers surrounded by society garlic and marigolds that I grew in the seeds. Here are some more black-eyed peas. There's 3 containers like this, and here's another one. And these are all bush type. And the marigolds are doing well. And these are sweet peppers as well. These are the yellow ones. The ones down in the end are the green sweet peppers. And right here it's a habanero I grew from seed, and something is attacking it, and I had to like pull off all the damaged leaves, and now it's trying to come back. It's a little sick, but that's okay. We'll keep working with it. I think I can save it. I'm not going to give up on it. And I topped off all of the peppers on Pepper Place. And when I say I top off, I mean I took the first 2, sometimes 3 sets of leaves. Look at this. This is all new. That was eaten off. Okay. All right. So that's what's going on in the greenhouse. 2 more things. There are my pole beans there. They're beginning to bend and hang down. But I was thinking, because the Butter Crunch lettuce, you can't space them too close together. I may scoop these beans out and put them in a raised bed with a trellis and put some of that Butter Crunch lettuce in here. Like I said, I have this coronavirus inspired emergency garden, and sometimes you just have to make adjustments with what you plan to do. I think the lettuce probably do better there. And last but not least, this is a pepper plant that's busting out. It's root bound, but to be frank with you, I don't have a pot right now that would fit this one. The ones I have are a little too big, and I don't want to do that. I want to put my trees in. I may have a pot after I pot up some of the trees, but I pruned this baby back really well about a month ago, and now it is really beginning to put on the peppers. It's all over here. And this is the first time I've kept a pepper plant this long. Usually I say, what the heck, I'll just start all over. But no, they're more proficient the older they are. Okay, so now let's go over to the back of the greenhouse and that shadow of the tree right there, that's a meth-leaf plum tree. But I'm going to move that tree eventually. It's in a container. Now I'm going to go and start working back there and start working on those trays and distributing the Butter Crunch lettuce. And I'll be back. Okay, guys. Oh, goodness. There's a garbage truck. Hold on. Okay, the truck has moved from directly behind my house, the garbage truck. So right here, I took my little knife and I'm pricking out a section, you see that, of seedlings, the Butter Crunch. And I'm going to move them over here. And I'm going to gently take them loose. I'll make a hole and drop it in. Guess I'll take this one, make a hole, and drop it in. Make a hole. There we go. Put that in first. And drop it in. I'll make a hole. Usually I would put these maybe 3. But this space probably 3 in one row, but I'm gonna do more because I'm doing dense planting. So get one to loose without tearing it up so much. Here's one. Drop it in. And then after I water them in again, they should set pretty nice. They should start sitting up or standing up. So let's make a couple holes. There we go. Here's another one. There's another one. Okay. Separate some of these, but just gently shaking them loose. Shake, 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 shake your seedlings loose. Shake your seedlings loose. Okay, now, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Put one right there, one right here. I don't know if that one's going to make it, but we'll try. You can make it if you try. Okay, we're going to put one right there. Press it in. Here's another one. Let's let it go all the way down in. Press it in. Okay, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll put this one right there. And this one right here. I'm sorry. I don't know if I was showing that. And this one right here. Get that leaf. And this one right there. And then we'll put one here and one here. Now you see why I'm going to transplant those beans out of the basket, because I'm just going to look behind the greenhouse. I may have something else I can put them in and leave those beans there. These beans don't like to be transplanted a lot too. So we'll see. That's a little one. I'll put that in the compost. Here's a nice one. I'll put it right here. Good job. And one right here. And this one probably should have went closer up. It's hard to do this, guys, with one hand. And pricking some more out with my knife, just gently lifting up the soil and then taking my hand and going down under. And I'm getting a lot, even though I don't need it for this area. I'm setting up the next tray. So now, I'm gonna gently shake these out. And put them right there. And all I need, that's too small. All I need is 2 more. That's real little, but I'll put 2 right there. So I'll put that one in there. And press down. And then this one should go right here. And there's one. Okay. By George, I think I got it. So now I'm going to water in just a little bit more where the plants are. And that'll fill up the little air pockets, and I have a space to put one right here. So let's go over here and shake one loose. There we go. We'll use this one. We'll put it in there. Press down, and this should be okay. This actually can go back a little bit. This one too. I'm getting a little soil from over here and fill in the gap where I press those in. Okay, now I've got to go and get another tray ready. So I'm going to move these down as far as I can. Move this down. And this is going to hang off a little bit, but it'll be okay. It'll butt right up against here. So I'll go get another tray ready, and I'm also going to show you an update on the ones that I pricked out and transplanted yesterday. And what were those? Those were kale. Yeah. 1,000 head kale. This was the original container, and that's why it has a lot still in it. And these are the 2 that I made from the original. It's cool this morning. It's about 54 degrees, real windy. So this is really good for them to get this air. But they will go in the greenhouse when the temperatures drop. I believe the first night it's going to be Easter Sunday, and a couple of days after that it's going to be in the high 30s, but not freezing. So these are cool weather crops. And if you're wondering how I'm going to grow these cool weather crops in the dead of summer in Texas, I will build a shade structure around them, shade cloth. Okay, so here is the next container for the butter crunch lettuce. And as you can see, I've got some wood chips here. And now I'm going to fill it up with some potting mix and a little perlite. And then I'll take it to the greenhouse, and then I'll be back. For the medium mortar tub, it's a cement mixing container. If you want to go get them, they have them at Home Depot, and I've checked. They also have them at Lowe's. And these are the perfect height for leafy greens, such as your mustard, kale, lettuce, Swiss chard. You can also use them to grow small root crops like radishes, but I don't recommend that you use these tubs for collard greens because they have a deeper root system, or turnips. Okay? All right, I'm gonna fill this up, water it, take it to the greenhouse, water it in, and then I'll be back. Start again. I got a couple emails asking me what was this white powder that I was using to kill the insects. Somebody asked me, was it 7 dust? No, I don't use any chemicals in my garden. I want to attract bees and other pollinators to all of my fruit trees and everything that needs to be pollinated. So I will be defeating my purpose using 7. I'm not knocking anybody that does. This is not written in stone that what I do is what you should do. I'm just sharing with you that I don't use any chemicals in my garden, in my food forest whatsoever. Now, this is diatomaceous earth. It's a fossil shell flour that is ground up. It's all natural. It is considered excellent for organic gardening, and that is the only thing in this bag. So I ordered this from that Amazon company. They've been making this, they being Harris company, since 1922. And when you put this on your plants, try to do it at night and then kind of rinse it off in the morning if you're outside. But by me being in the greenhouse, I don't rinse it off in the greenhouse. Okay? But outside in my garden beds where it's really accessible to bees and other pollinating bugs and insects, I rinse it off. So that's what you see. In case you don't know my email address, it is Cheryl's Organic Food Forest at gmail.com. Okay? If you have a question that is too long to put in the comments. Now, don't inundate me with emails, guys, because I am on YouTube answering questions more so than when I'm on my internet for emails. The other beigey, whitey looking powder that you see may occasionally see on my plants is azomite rock dust. I recommend that you wear a face mask when you use either one of these products because it's it's a very fine powder and it's easy for you to inhale it. Now this rock dust has, I believe it's 92 natural trace minerals for the soil. So I don't use a lot of stuff that some gardeners use, and I'm not saying I'm right and they're wrong. I'm just sharing with you what works for me. I don't put Epsom salt and all that stuff in my soil because I put azomite. Now, I did not put azomite in my emergency food garden because unless it was in the earlier pots that I used to plant the cucumbers, okra, and what else? Cucumbers, okra, and peppers and tomatoes in. Because it already had the azomite rock dust minerals in the compost that I added. But I put a note in my journal that I didn't have enough azomite rock dust, worm castings, or mycorrhizal fungi, except naturally from the wood chips, to put in these concrete planters I'm using for the emergency garden. But next year, when I reclaim that soil and dump it all and mix it up with new potting mix, I'll add all of that to it. But right now, I didn't have enough. And to be honest with you, I couldn't afford it. I'm on a fixed income. I don't get paid for YouTube. I don't get donations. I'm on a fixed income and I do this from my heart. Now, what else I was going to say? Oh, that order that I had delivered yesterday was $187, including the $35 delivery fee. I'm not complaining about it because whatever I do, I have compassion. I do from my heart. I know that I'm going to take that $187 and multiply that a couple of times and some in the amount of food that I'm going to produce from that. So I'm doing that from my heart. Isn't that beautiful? I just love nature, guys. I would rather be out here all day than to be cleaning up the house. But I have to do that too. Okay, so now I'm going to go, like I said earlier, I'm really going to go get the tray this time. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do another tray of this. Okay, guys, I have the second tray. Here's the first one. Now I have the second tray all mixed up and watered in. And I pricked out some of the butter crunch lettuce. And now it is time to plant some. Okay, we got one right there. Let's go ahead and make 4 holes. 2, 3, 4. Put one there. One here. One here. And one there. Okay, I will come back when it's all done because I know you don't want to watch this. Okay, so now I have 2 more trays of butter crunch lettuce. And as you can see over there, let me get closer. I still have a lot to prick out. So I'm going to take a break and have some breakfast. And then I'll come back and show you what I came up with. I'm going to find some more containers to put this lettuce in. Yeah. You know what I could do? I have a real good friend. She's in her mid-70s. She's a retired school teacher, and she still works part-time at a church daycare. And she grew up in a rural area in Texas where they did a lot of growing their own food. But she doesn't do it. And she says because she doesn't, you know, have the opportunity. And I was watching, I believe it's Dan's Permaculture Food Forest. I was watching a video of his this morning where he was showing and sharing how you can use containers to put food in, especially during these difficult times. So I think I got some oblong containers behind the greenhouse that'll be just deep enough for me to do that. And I can give her one with the lettuce, one with the red mustards, and one with the tender green mustards. Yeah, and she could put that in her window. Well, I can let her borrow grow light. I don't use them until I'm starting seeds in January through February, 1st of March. So yeah. So in my video tomorrow, I'll show you what I came up with, and I'll work on that this afternoon. And I think it'll be a good idea. I'll surprise her. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and show my video to your friends. The end. Thank you for watching. Bye now.